When one looks at a map of southwest Scotland, one's eye automatically focuses on Dumfries, the largest borough and a commercial and administrative centre for the region. And at Friars Venel, in the heart of the old town, a page of Scotland's most turbulent history was written. Today a grocer's shop stands on the site of the Greyfriars Monastery where, in 1306, Robert Bruce slew the Red Comyn and seized leadership of the Scottish fight for independence, a cause he brought to victory only 8 years later. Dumfries, however, had no sympathy for another claimant to the Scots crown when, over 400 years later, he set up his headquarters in this hotel. Bonnie Prince Charlie reached Dumfries in December 1745, but failed to charm its citizens. The room where he held his council of war is still called Bonnie Prince Charlie's Room. Dumfries may have forgiven, but it has not forgotten, that when he left after 3 days, he took with him over £1,000 in cash, 1,000 pairs of shoes, and 2 prominent citizens as hostages. But the name most closely associated with the borough is that of Robert Burns, Scotland's national poet. Thousands of visitors from all over the world come to see the house where he died in 1796. The house is a museum now, retaining its 18th century atmosphere. And in the centre of the town, the Globe Inn is famous for the days when Burns entertained his friends there. Here too, the room where he made merry is carefully preserved. 14 feet by 12, it still has its 200-year-old fine wooden panelling. And the poet's favourite chair still stands beside the fireplace. On an upstairs window are 2 verses scratched there with a diamond. Oh, lovely Polly Stewart, oh, charming Polly Stewart, there's not a flums in May that's half as fair as thou art. In the churchyard of the 2 centuries-old St. Michael's Kirk nearby, Burns, his wife Jean Armour, and 5 of his children lie buried. Their mausoleum was completed in 1819. Burns was originally buried in a simple grave in the northeast corner of the churchyard, but now the ploughman poet lies under the marble sculptures of the Italian Tornorelli. It is impossible in Dumfries to escape the River Nith and its 4 bridges. The most famous of the bridges is undoubtedly the Old Bridge, which is said to have been built originally by Devagilla Belial, heiress to half of Galloway, and the builder of Sweetheart Abbey. The stone bridge dates from 1450. It could be said that the bridges span not just the Nith, but the centuries. Here the Nith has been bridged for over 700 years. Here the weir provided power for the 18th century grain mills, and here Old Dumfries joins Maxwellton, an independent borough till 1929, and now united by the river that once divided them. High above the river on Corbury Hill, in a converted windmill, is the Dumfries Borough Museum. In fact, it's the regional museum for the 3 Solway counties. On both sides of the river are some of the finest council flats in the country. Dumfries is justifiably proud of the fact that it was the first borough to complete its slum clearance programme, and this 4 years ahead of schedule. 1,338 dwellings have been cleared or demolished. 1,171 families have been rehoused. New houses for old was the slogan of the town council. The town council also saw to it that Dumfries had the first indoor swimming pool in the southwest. This 110-foot-long pool is of international standard, and 400 or 500 people a day use it, sometimes twice as many in the summer. Near the swimming pool, in an attractive setting by the river, the century-old Nithsdale Amateur Rowing Club has recently opened its new boathouse.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last step. From the enemy. Out! In together.
Rowing is popular too among the schools of Dumfries, like the St. Joseph's College Rowing Club with about 40 members, since it has 4 main crews and quite a number of learners.
Iron dig! Rope!
For the people of Dumfries, the river is their natural element, whether it's messing about in boats or angling on the rivers Nith and Cairn and in the lochs of the district. Dumfries is a fine example of all that is best in the Scottish educational system. The high school recently moved into new buildings at Marchmont. It's a 4-year school concentrating especially on technical and domestic subjects. Dumfries Academy is a senior secondary with about 1,200 pupils. One of the most up-to-date schools in the south of Scotland, it can trace its origins back to the 14th century.
You just attend to me for a minute, huh? Roger and Mark and Willie, will you go on with your experiment with the Hexstat? Do you know what to do? And the rest of you, I want you to carry on with your work with the desk calculators, starting with these multiplication problems, and when you get these done, continue with the other ones from your book.
Thirty-one, 19, 7, 7.